Hey everyone, welcome to Bad Beat Sports Betting Divisional Round. How's it going, Steve?
Doing all right. Doing all
We
right. Didn't win as much money as I wanted to last week.
yeah, we didn't. We had a 3-3 week last week, both of us,
Well, it was
and we
three and
well,
two.
4-3
Two
because we
two and
both
two.
picked
Oh
roll
wait,
line.
yeah, no, not three. 4 and
We
3.
both we both rolled with the Crimson Tide, who were dominant as always on Monday night. Uh, yeah, some of the things that we said held up, like Juju. I think Juju. People roll their eyes when I say it, but I think Juju did give them bulletin board
At
material, and
Jesse.
the Browns came out and stomped all over their field. Also, forgot or actually didn't know about this when we recorded last week, but the Ravens actually had motivation because the Titans stomped on their logo when they beat them in the regular season. So those games held up. This week we have really interesting games. I think better games than last week. Starting with the Rams and Packers, two
Uh,
teams, kind of the opposite game, kind of the opposite kind of teams. It's going to be in the snow. Snow football is the best football. Packers are 6.5 point favorites at home.
so I think we're gonna be seeing a usual trend in our podcast. I'm taking the Packers 6.5 here. Um, I think the Rams to beat the Packers, the Rams would need to get their running game going fast, and they would have to keep it going. They're also going to have to try to shut Adams down with Ramsey, but I think Adams will win that battle. And I think, along with Adams win that battle, I think the Packers win this battle by more than 6.5. So I'm going to take that as a lock.
I agree with you. The key matchup is Adams versus Ramsey for sure. I think it's best receiver versus best cornerback there. If you look at Ramsey's year this year, it's reminiscent of Darrell Revis's best years, who I watched as a kid as a Jets fan. I feel like Ramsey's going to get the better of this matchup, and also just the Rams defense is the top defense in the NFL. I hear that Aaron Rodgers is 0-4 in his career against teams ranked as the number one defense. There's something there. Rams also are the best defense in terms of uh, not allowing big plays. They allowed the least 20 plus yard plays, and they were tied for the least 40 plus yard plays with only 4 this year. So they limit the big plays. The Packers were top 10 in both, so they rely on the big play a little bit to move the ball. I think if the Rams can get the running game going, which the Packers are a little bit leaky in that category, 4.7 yards per carry during the regular season, I think that they can control the game and kind of take the ball out of Rodgers' hands because that's the key. But yeah, I agree with you. It's gonna come down to scoring early, and not necessarily often, but scoring early for the Rams and being able to control the game the way that they want to, which is not letting Jared Goff throw the ball with a broken thumb. So I don't think I actually made my pick there. I think I just threw stats. I'm going
I
with
think we know your
Rams
pick.
money line, which I get it. It's risky because the Super Bowl teams have been one seeds or teams with buys traditionally the last 7 years, but it's 2020. Different things happen, and the Rams I think are a difficult matchup for the Packers, especially in the snow.
So I think the snow might benefit the Packers more than the Rams.
You think so? I mean, I know they looked
It's their
good
home
against the
field. I feel like
Titans,
they know how
but
to deal with that way more than the dome team from Los Angeles does.
yeah, but the Rams play more of a tough brand of football. The Packers don't really win in the trenches. The snow game that they played against the league's worst defense in the Titans. Well, maybe not the worst, but the worst defense that made the playoffs. I think I could say pretty safely. In the Titans, I don't know. In the playoffs, if you could run the ball in cold weather, it's usually a good thing. I have more confidence in Darrell Henderson and Cam Akers and that crew going up against the Packers front seven than Aaron Jones going up against Aaron Donald and all the guys up there. We'll see though. It's like you said, it's the common trend. You picking the Packers, me picking against them, and I think you're plus in that department this year. We'll see. Next up, we got Ravens at Bills. Bills my Super Bowl team from last week. I think that they're going to go all the way. They escaped the Colts just barely. I think that they got outplayed, especially in that second half when they could have put it away. They're 2.5 point favorites at home, which kind of suggests that with the home field advantage, the Sharps think that the Ravens are the better team.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that. I don't think either one of us agree with that. Um, so yeah, I think people are forgetting that the Ravens won 20-13 against the Titans. I think as much as I love the Titans, I think going into it, I knew the Colts were a better team than the Titans, and I think I was just had fan goggles on when I was, picking that Titans money line. Um, but the Buffalo offense is way better than Titans, and Buffalo the Ravens will not hold Buffalo to just 13 points. No way. And they're gonna have to produce way more than 20 points against a stout Bills defense, and I think that Buffalo has the ability to contain a guy like Lamar and force him to throw.
Yeah, I agree, and it's going to be cold weather. It might snow up in Buffalo. It's a night game. I I gotta say, Lamar Jackson showed a lot of poise in that fourth quarter. They weren't really moving the ball that well in the game, but he didn't turn the ball over. He made a couple of throws and a couple of big runs in big spots to keep the clock moving. So he did show poise, and I like that about it. But I just think Josh Allen, like you said, he's going to put up more points than the Ravens can keep up with. 2.5 points is nothing, so I'm taking that. It also worries me. One quote that really convinced me that the Bills are going to win this week was John Harbaugh saying that he thought that the game last week was the best game he coached in his entire career. Like, John, that's just not true. You won 20-13. 20 points against the Titans defense is like, you should be able to put that up in the first half if you're calling your best game of your career. Besides that 50-yard run that Lamar Jackson had for the touchdown, the offense didn't move at all, and it was kind of a stagnant game. If the Titans are more aggressive, I think that they win the game. Like, if they don't punt it on fourth and 4th and 2, 4th and 1 from the Ravens 40-yard line. Calls like that is what won you the game, not your having the best game of your career. And it was their Super Bowl last week. I think they got excited. They celebrated a wild card win against the Tennessee Titans. I think the Bills are coming into this. They got shocked a little bit last week, working a little bit harder, and I think they're going to come out and win. Maybe by 10 or more points. I could see this being a double-digit affair.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm taking Bills 2.5. Here, I've even considered toying around with alternative uh, point spreads and even maybe taking Bills by 9. I don't think that this is going to be as close as the odds makers think it will be.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Like, Josh Allen, I feel like they still disrespect him the way I kind of disrespected Lamar last week by saying I don't trust him in the playoffs. But he didn't turn the ball over against the Colts, against a really good Colts defense too. I trust him in a playoff game to keep the ball moving. Then we got the Sunday games: Browns at Chiefs. Chiefs 10-point favorites. Interestingly enough, they haven't won a game by double digits since week 9 against the Jets. In that span, they're 1-7 against the spread after starting the season 6-2 for a season total of 7-9. So I'm going Browns money line here. I know it's tough to pick both one seeds to lose on the same wild card weekend, especially coming off the bye. It's just these teams, the Rams and Browns, they're the teams that could punch these guys in the gut and just run the ball. The Browns have the best offensive line according to PFF of the teams left and the best running back group. The Chiefs are 31st against the run. That's not a good. It probably sounds crazy, but it's not a good playoff formula. Like the Chiefs got very cute in the regular season, like we said a couple weeks ago. I just don't know if they can just turn it on, flip the switch, as great as they are.
Yeah, it's
What do you think?
that's your pick is definitely a bold one. I don't think it seems as crazy as you think it is. As looking around online and when I was doing some research on my pick, the I'm going less bold. I do think the Chiefs will wind up winning this, but I, a lot of people, including myself, think that 10 points is too big. So I'm going to take the Browns plus 10 here. As we said, I think the Browns, you know, have a running game against a team that's not so good against the run. This Browns team, they looked very good against the Steelers. Granted, I think the Steelers were like one of the most overrated teams this year,
I just
but
have to make a plea to Kevin Stefanski. Please do not throw the ball if you don't need to. Get up, score on your first drive, and just give it to Chubb. Let Chubb and Hunt combine for 300 rushing yards in this game. Run the clock, take the ball out of Mahomes' hands, and also the Raiders gave the blueprint in the one game that they beat the Chiefs in this year. Let Travis Kelsey beat you underneath before you let uh, Tyreek Hill go too deep on Tyreek Hill and don't let him get quick scores on you.
your point about the running game, not sticking with the running game, is kind of partially why I'm not going to take the Browns money line outright. I think I think that I do think the Browns get the ball. They'll get the ground game going pretty well, I think, but in this kind of game, you're still going to have to get that passing game. And yes, the Browns have the ability to have a good passing game, but I just I can't ever doubt that Chiefs passing game. It's hard to doubt that. I've watched like the Texans versus Chiefs game last year.
Well, see,
Remember
that's
that
the
one? Like I
that's
remember just watching that, and they caught the Chiefs sleeping for a little bit, and they literally flipped the switch. Like Mahomes just came out and flipped the switch in the second quarter. It just we're dry. I think what was it like? We went down like 24 to like I don't even remember,
yeah,
but
they were down 28 points and they came all the way back.
they
But that
literally
was
flipped. They
that's
literally flipped the switch. they
the
have. They actually
game
can
that the
flip the
Browns
switch.
have to play is the exact opposite of the Texans. The Texans didn't have a running game last year. They relied on Watson, and when the Chiefs started to get incomplete passes, short completions, not for first down, you gave the ball right back. So run the ball. If you go 3-and-out with a run, you're at least running off 2 minutes off the clock. You're probably not going to go 3-and-out on the run every single time, considering the Chiefs gave up 4.5 plus yards per carry on the season. Like I know it's a game of averages, so 4.5 yards includes big plays and stuff like that, but the game averages out. Just get up big, run the ball, pass when you need to, but don't get too pass happy.
Guess we'll see. Will it be A, Dave is right, B in bold, and the Browns will pull off that big upset? It's definitely a good line, plus 400. If you do put any money on it, you're going to ball out. Uh, Take me to dinner, buy me a drink. Um,
Yep, we'll get steaks. We'll get steak dinner next time we could
oh,
leave our houses.
or it could be my moderate approach where I do think the Browns will hang in it, but ultimately not pull it off. Or will it be option C, Jesus Mahomes flips the switch and just goes off?
Well, the thing about the Chiefs is they're gonna get theirs. Like Mahomes is gonna throw for 250 to 350. It just depends who it goes to. If you limit it to Kelsey, even if Kelsey goes 8 for 150, that's still only 14 yards a catch, and it's probably only for one touchdown or two touchdowns. If you let Mahomes' 300 yards go 150 to Tyreek Hill on 3 50-yard touchdown passes, then that's how the Chiefs get back into ball games so quick. So let them beat you. Let them take the underneath, run the clock a little bit, and take away the big plays. It'll be tough, but they get Denzel Ward back, so I'm not confident in the pick, but I think that they'll hang in there. I don't think it's a 10 plus point game. Some history's on their side too. They're the 10th team to win 11 games in the regular season. This is according to ESPN, by the way, and be a double-digit underdog in the playoffs. The previous 9 were 8-1 against the spread and won 4 games outright. So history is on the Browns side that they'll be in the game, maybe not win, but make it a contest. then this is probably the most exciting game for a lot of people. Tom Brady versus Drew Brees, Bucks at Saints. Saints 3-point favorites, so people looking at the two teams and saying on a neutral field it would be a pick 'em. Of course, we watched the first two matchups this season, Saints at Bucks, and it was anything but a pick 'em. It was decisively the Saints beating them by 46 combined points. What are you thinking for this game?
Yeah, this it really is a pick 'em. I was looking up other stats too. I was trying to see what Brady's record in the playoffs as an underdog was like, and it's pretty much a 50%. I'm gonna take the Bucks money line. I need one bold pick of the week, and it's just Brady as an underdog in a game that's gonna. I would imagine it's gonna wind up being a shootout. I would take the over in this too. It's 52 the over under in this game, but I just I feel like Bucks. If it becomes a shootout, I can't doubt Brady with the weapons between with Gronk and Evans, even freaking CTE Brown. I think if the Saints win, and I think like out of the two older quarterbacks, I think Brady's the one that still has a lot more left in the tank. I do think Breeze. I don't have a lot of doubt that Breeze will hang in there and look good as well on Sunday, but I think that the Saints would need to really get Kamara going, which we know they probably will, just to win. But when it becomes this, I, what I think what I think is going to be a high scoring game, I think the Bucks have it in this.
Yeah, I think there's three main reasons why a lot of people seem to be on the Bucks. I think it opened up at -4. It came down to -3. So there's been action going the Bucks' way for sure. There's three reasons for that. I think it's hard to imagine Tom Brady losing 3 games to one team in a season. Very true. Uh, Saints in the playoffs, there's a jinx factor there that they're just cursed from their previous playoff rounds. I think they might have a tough loss. I'm not sure it's this week. And then three, the Bucks offense has looked pretty good and improving over the past couple games, albeit against not exactly playoff competition in a lot of those games. I think that I just have to go with what I saw this year: 46-point beatdowns combined. I mean, they've beat 10. They have 10 straight wins against NFC South teams. They just own their division, especially at home. Drew Brees is actually 5-2 in his career outright against Tom Brady, so he also kind of has the edge. I know 2 of the games were this year, so he was 3-2 coming into the
None
year.
of those games were in the playoffs either.
Yeah, that's true. It's not in the playoffs. I'm taking the Saints -3 just because it just seems like you kind of have to struggling to find the words, but like what I can't not take the -3 when I saw 2 double-digit beatdowns during the regular season. Like it just seems when you see that twice, I mean, it might just be a matchup thing. Like maybe 11 on 11, the Saints just have more matchup advantages than the Bucks, and it comes down to that. But I mean, again, the stats go against that gut feeling that I have. New Orleans had the highest combined point total of any regular season sweep all time. The three other times that two teams have played each other 3 times, the team that swept lost in the next game. So the history is on your side. We'll see what happens. So those are our games. I got Rams, Bills, Browns, and Saints. Steve's got Packers, Bills, Browns, and Bucks. Now we got some playoff props.
Yeah. So I picked a player prop for each game, and they kind of stick with the trends of what I basically talked about to begin with. But I'll do for my Rams at Packers game. I'm taking Jamal Williams to be over 19 and a half yards rushing. I think with the cold weather, they're gonna have to split the carries a decent amount and run the ball a lot, both teams. So I felt like this was an easy pick right here. I think it was like minus. I think it was like a minus 115, minus 120 kind of thing. So you get almost 50% of that money back.
For that game, I'm actually going with Aaron Rodgers to throw one or more interceptions. That's plus 210, and for good reason. He only threw 5 all regular season. He rarely throws the ball where it's not supposed to, and rarely throws the ball when it's not on time. But Rodgers has 7 picks in his last 9 playoff games. So you do 7/9, it comes out to over 0.5, which is what the bet is. So I'm going to take it, and plus 210 is a pretty good payout for it. Hit me with your Ravens Bills pick.
All right, so Lamar Jackson under 196 and a half passing yards. Um, this is like a minus 110 as well. I think. I said passing yards, right? Not rushing.
Yeah,
I think this is not a hot take at all. I feel like it's almost a gimme. He's only thrown for more than that 5 times this whole season, and one of the games was against Jacksonville, and one of them was against Cleveland before they found their mojo. Why would I think he's going to change around and just throw for 200 plus yards against one of the better defenses in the NFL?
Yeah, and they really shouldn't. In this game, if they want to win, he should be throwing the ball as little as possible. The Bills' weakness is not in their secondary; it's in their rush defense. Even the Chiefs went away from their traditional passing and ran the ball down the Bills' throats in their head-to-head matchup. So, yeah, I really like this under 196 and a half. That's a good pick. I'm going with another under. This time, Devin Singletary under 65.5 yards, minus 112 on DraftKings. I don't think Zach Moss is. I think Devin Singletary will see the majority of the carries, but even so, they just don't run the ball. It's not their offense. I think they probably pass it around 60% of the time, using the short passes to Beasley and even Singletary as their running game. So I think that'll hold true. I think Singletary's number's around 50. We're actually both in the next game. We're both taking running back props. What are you going for?
All right, so pretty much backing off what we both agreed on before, that the Browns really need to get that run game going to win this game. Taking Nick Chubb over 67 and a half yards. I mean, I feel like he's gonna for the Browns to win this game, he's gonna need a 100-yard game. Nick Chubb. That's all I need to say for that one.
Definitely. I think that this number is probably low for 2 reasons. One, because Kareem Hunt's there, and two, because if the spread is 10 points, they probably think that the Browns will be playing from behind, which means more passing the ball. But yeah, I think over 67 and a half is a pretty good number. I mean, Chubb always breaks off one big play too. It seems like a 20 to 40 yard run. He did it to close out the Steelers game last week. I think 67 and a half is a really good number to take. I'm taking Kareem Hunt to score twice in the game. I think he scored twice last week, plus 800. It's his revenge game. He got cut by the Chiefs for rightfully so. He had some issues. Also, watching the video of him when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, the guy is motivated to be on the field and beat this team. I think he wanted to be in the Super Bowl. He got robbed, or he robbed himself of it. I think he's going to do everything in his power to beat his former team and make them wish they still had him in the backfield. All right, hit me with your last one.
Right,
Bucks at Saints.
Yep, for my Bucks at Saints. My theory on this. So I'm taking Gronk over 2.5 receptions. My theory on this is that I think, as I said, with it being a shootout, I think for the Bucks to win, I think Brady's gonna have to spread the ball around a lot. And I mean, if he's properly spreading the ball around, his tight end's gonna get it at least 3 times, I would think. Probably on some under routes. So.
Yeah, definitely. In the games that Brady's looked really good, Gronk has been a pretty big part of the offense. Like last week, he was kind of invisible, partly because I think the football team's defense is very good, and Brady had a difficult game. If they want to stay in this one, Gronk's going to have to be a factor. I'm taking Kamara over 99.5 total yards. I think if they want to win the game, he not only has to run the ball but also be a factor in the passing game,
Yeah,
which might be tough because the one thing that the Bucks do have that didn't show in the 2 games that they played is really good linebackers who could keep up with Kamara. So they got beat the first 2 times. Maybe they put up a challenge this time, but it's minus 106 for 100 yards from Kamara. I'm taking it.
Yeah, I mean, if the Saints are to win, I think it's gonna be a big Kamara game. So I agree with that pick there.
Yeah. Wow, I'm out of breath. These spreads are a lot to talk about. A lot of exciting stuff. We're coming down 3 more weeks of football.
Fortunately and unfortunately.
Yeah, you got a little break, and then I say you probably. Well, I probably start missing it. Probably in mid-March, I'd say, when it's like not exactly time for NBA and NHL playoffs, and baseball hasn't started up yet.
I remember.
Then you kind of have a distraction, and then you get. By the time those are over, you're ready for training camps.
I remember watching some XFL games. As soon as last season ended, it's like, oh, I could get into this, and then everything ended. The world ended, and it feels like that was more than a year ago.
Yeah, for sure.
When I'm literally, it just hit me now. It just hit me now. I'm like, wait, I was watching that XFL game, and that was less than a year ago, and then I'm like, wait, why does it feel like it's been 10 years?
If you think about it, the XFL was actually huge because they were the first sports league to actually like promote game lines and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and now everyone does it. I don't know if I don't know which feed you said you were watching the Rangers feed last night of Rangers Islanders, but they were promoting lines in the pregame show.
Yeah, the Islanders always do that too. They do like to score and to go to overtime and stuff like that.
It's only going to grow. It's pretty much almost a done deal. That's going to be legal here in New York finally.
Yeah, hopefully by the Super Bowl. I got about a month to work on it.
Well,
I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be illegal before the Super Bowl.
Probably for March Madness. But yeah, it's a good thing as long as you do it responsibly. Maybe don't pick both one seeds to go down like I did.
Don't pull a Dave.
You also have to bet with your heart sometimes.
All right. Good luck, Dave. Good luck, everyone. Go Bills.
Let's do it. Oh, I actually have a Bills shirt on.
Nice.
Well, it's a part of my take shirt, but they're wearing Bills stuff. Smashing the table.
Oh, you know what I should have wore? Yeah, I'll show you what I got in the mail today. Or yesterday I got it. Fuck did I put it? Okay, where is it? I had too many black shirts, so it's going to take a minute to find. I contributed to the Barstool Fund.
Oh, so do I. I think mine's in the wash. I got the support your bartender one.
Oh, nice. Here, before I go, I didn't play this yet. I got a snap from Jimmy, and they're always fucking hilarious.
Oh, God, I'm taking a fucking L right now. Like, seriously, ugh. It's fucking pouring. I swear, I always take these fucking L's, like, around fucking May, June, July. But yeah, then fucking January, it's fucking pouring like shit. I have to walk a fucking mile home. Oh, my God. Oh, fucking shit. It's getting even fucking worse. What the fuck am I supposed to do right now? I'm gonna fucking be iced right after this shit. Oh, God. Wish me luck, people.
Have I showed you the one where he drinks the pickle juice?
No, I don't think I saw that.
Let me find the pickle juice one. That one's hilarious. I sent it to. I must have not sent it to you then. I sent it to like everyone. I probably sent it through Snap though. That's probably why you didn't get it. Where are you, Jimmy? Oh wait, I'll just go through my old text with Brendo. I sent it to Brendo too. I love when Brendo wants to place bets. He has to call and discuss them first. Here's the.
I just been.
Oh, come on, I'm on full screen.
I just been depriving of myself of something really nice, something really good. Luckily, my blood pressure came back really good. Yeah, 120/70. Who knew?
Better than
I
mine.
actually have a good blood pressure, and I already got my blood test.
he not become famous, like virally famous?
I don't know. I still think we should send him talking himself in the frat house.
Oh yeah, definitely. He should just have a TikTok where he does rant like his
Now
snacks.
I'm gonna go crash my mom's office party and eat all her food.
Right, what else? Oh, the one of him. This one. Make sure you don't have any sensitive ears around for this one.
I'll just lower the volume.
Yeah.
Going out. What the fuck have I been doing or not doing? I don't know. And after tomorrow, I would have successfully completed all 2020 without rubbing one out. Yeah, I don't know. I might rub one out January 1st. Or not, might go 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I don't know. Stay tuned. Let you know. No more, don't stay tuned. Or do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
I told him he has to because the year he didn't turned out to be the worst year in the history of the world, or at least in my lifetime. So I was like, Jimmy, you destroyed the balance of Earth by not doing it.
That's true. Maybe he's the cure.
The cure relies on Jimmy.
It's like did you watch the South Park pandemic special?
Yeah.
You just-
Oh my god. Yeah, when he's got a and then they all start growing his mustache. God, that episode was great.
Yeah. I think they made another one. I haven't watched it though.
Oh, did they?
I thought maybe it wasn't from a new episode. I saw a video I never seen before, and it looked like they were talking about a pandemic.